Hello and welcome to EL Lesson 22. We are starting a new unit today. We have been talking about this question. Can you read it with me, second graders? What do paleontologists do? And there's a question mark because this is a question. What do paleontologists do? I want you to talk about this in small groups to make sure you really understand what these kinds of scientists do. So we're beginning a new unit. And this is what we're going to be talking about now. What we can learn by studying fossils. And you may also discuss this question in small groups this week. What do you think we can learn by studying fossils? Does Delila know what we can learn by studying fossils? Think about that question. All right, we have another journal entry from a paleontologist. So here it is. Okay. My arms are getting tired from digging in the sand. And I am sunburned. But it is worth it because today we found something. It happened early this morning. I was trying to dig carefully. I didn't want to hit any fossils with my shovel and break them. Now, I just heard an interesting word, shovel. Paleontologists are using tools to help them. I know that erosion may have brought any bones very close to the surface. I had to be careful. Now there's two words here that are underlined, erosion and surface. If you can see, those two words in the first paragraph are underlined because those are new words to us probably. Erosion and surface. Now, does anyone want to take a guess what the surface is? Where's the surface? Is it at the top or is it at the bottom? Does Giovanni know? Where's the surface? At the top, right? Bringing all the bones to the top. I know that erosion. So that's a word we can discuss and maybe look on Brain Pop in with Miss Vanessa. Erosion. My shovel tip hit something hard. It felt like a stone. I'm at the second paragraph. Wow, this might be it, I thought. I quickly put my shovel down and took out a large brush. The paleontologist has used two tools. Shovel. Why would a paleontologist need a shovel? A brush. Think about why a paleontologist would need a brush. Everyone gathered around me and we began to brush away dirt and sand to uncover the mystery rock. I thought, what is it? Is it the fossil we were hoping to find? It was a fossil. The fossil of a leg bone. Now I'm in the third paragraph here. It was a fossil. The fossil of a leg bone, to be specific. We spent all day carefully brushing the dirt away until we could see the whole thing. We knew we'd found something spectacular because this bone was gigantic, and the word gigantic is in all capitals. So it was really, really big. I had never seen a bone this large before. I just had this idea that being a paleontologist is kind of like putting puzzles together, because the first puzzle piece or thing they found was a leg bone. That was only one piece of it, right? Wow. So what's happening in this journal entry? What happened? Retell what happened in that journal entry with me. Well, let's go back and look. My arms are getting tired from digging. And what, did they discover something? The shovel hit something hard. It felt like stone. It was that gigantic leg bone, but that was only one piece of it. Wow. And they knew this was going to be something spectacular because the bone was so gigantic. Wow. Okay. Let's read this question here, this guiding question. I wonder what I can learn by studying this fossil closely. Please observe this fossil. What do you think the author will learn? What are you thinking? What does that look like? Does it look like an animal print or a plant, potentially? What does it look like to you in Miss Zhang's class? All right. That is the clue. Okay, well here, what do you notice in this photo clue? Let me make it a little bit larger. This is just one piece of a photo here. It looks like there's a person there. What does it look like they have on their hands? What they're lying next to? What they may be doing? Think about that. Because as scientists, we're always having curiosities and wonderings. We're thinking about the world and how it works. So we're taking notice. All right. Now we're going to be reading a book called Fossils Tell of Long Ago. Here it is, Fossils Tell of Long Ago. And the author by Aliki. That's interesting because this usually a person has a first and a last name. This is only one name. All right, Fossils Tell of Long Ago.
Years ago.
Here we go.
Smaller fish. Fossils tell of long.
All right. Once upon a time, a huge fish was swimming around when along came a smaller fish. Here's the picture. You can see the fins here on the bottom. You can see some sort of like kelp at the bottom of the sea. The big fish was so hungry it swallowed the other fish whole. The big fish died and sank to the bottom of the sea. This happened 90 million years ago. How do we know? Look, here's the fish, and here's the smaller fish that the bigger fish ate, then sunk, and was obviously fossilized. We know because the fish turned to stone. The fish became a fossil. A plant or animal that has turned to stone is called a fossil. Scientists can tell how old stones are. They could tell how old the fish fossil was. 90 million years old? Let's write that number out because that is a really, really large number. 90 million. Wow, it has 2 commas and 7 zeros. 90 million years old. Wow. I mean, that's even hard to wrap your head around. 90 million years old. With every 3 numbers, we have a comma, if you'll notice that, okay? This is the ones house, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, the 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. So many place values right here, my goodness. So a large fish ate a smaller fish and it sank to the bottom. Wow. All right. How did the fish become a fossil? Well, animals and plants just don't become fossils when they die. Others dry up, crumble, and blow away. No trace of them is left. This could have happened to the big fish. We would never know if it had lived. Instead, the fish became a fossil. This is how it happened. See the changes happening over time? Not all animals and plants become fossils when they die. It has to be in the right circumstances. When the big fish died, there's a process here, and you can see it at the pictures at the bottom. You can see the fish going down, sinking, and becoming fossilized. Wow. So, wow, we can learn about long ago, fossils. Remember that guiding question we're talking about? What can we learn by studying fossils? This is it. When the big fish died, it sank into the mud at the bottom of the sea. Slowly, the soft parts of the fish rotted away, like the meaty part. Only its hard bones were left. Wow. Oh my gosh. The fish lay buried and protected in the mud. Thousands of years went by. More layers of mud covered the fish. So you can see those layers here in this illustration. Do you see the layers here pushing down, down, down on the fish? Wow. Tons and tons of mud piled up. After a long time, the surface of the earth changed. The sea where the fish was buried dried out. What do you think it became? Oh my gosh. We're going to find out next time. But in your journal, here's my journal, and a lot of you have your own journal. In my journal, I'm going to use my pen and my paper to talk about what I think we can learn by studying fossils. So let me get on a good page here. And this is your assignment this week. Okay. I think we can learn blank by studying fossils. Now you can also write this on the Google Classroom. Write it down, take a picture. I think we can learn blank by studying fossils. You may type this in the Google Classroom. You may text it to your teacher, but this is your assignment for EL Lesson 22, and I will write that at the top here so I know what assignment I'm on. Okay, so I put that there, EL Lesson 22. And we can go as far as writing our name and the date, because today, or whatever you do it on, it changed. Today is December 1st, but you may do it tomorrow or on Wednesday, but whatever day you do it, make sure you get this part right. The month, the day, the year, your name, EL Lesson 22, and I think we can learn blank by studying fossils. Thank you for your attention, and I will see you next time, second graders.